Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today we got breaking news. Some breaking news. You guys all remember the little brawl that happened over there on Long Island between the Pagans Motorcycle Club and Sons of Hell, I believe it's called. 5 people have been charged with that situation, and we're going to get into the details. This is breaking news, just happened an hour ago. So you know I'm always the first to report on these things. I wouldn't have it any other way. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chat with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I just did a bunch of interviews. I interviewed someone from the Chosen Few. I got Rusty Dusty. We got a bunch of interviews. I'm gathering them up. So be patient, and they will be dropping. A whole bunch will be dropping at once. And I'm making them longer for you guys. I know you guys want them longer, so I'm making them longer. They're not going to be 10 minutes anymore. They're going to be longer. So if you guys want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chatting with Stacks. Or you can hit me up on Venmo, PayPal, Super Stickers, Super Chats, Zelle, all that good stuff. And if you want to cop some hoodies, merchandise, let me know. I got t-shirts, hoodies. I think I got a couple hats left. So just let me know. Hit me up on Facebook or email me, and I will get them out to you guys. Let me give a couple of shout-outs before we get started. Joe, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you got your package. I got the merchandise, and I love it. You're the man, Stacks. Thank you. Gator, good morning. Everett, how you doing? JP, what's good? Darren, how you doing, man? Jason, what's good? Jimmy Max in the building. Happy Friday to everybody. Randy, what's good, man? Billy, how are you? So it's about to snow like crazy. I think 18 to 20 inches. That's insane. That's a lot of snow. The Jimster, how are you? So you guys remember the situation, I believe. If you do, there was videos of it, people riding by, little altercations happening. I think 2 different videos. I posted them. Every other motorcycle content creator posted them. So it was between the Demons of Hell, which is a support club for the Hells Angels, and the Pagans. And there was little scrimmages in the street. There were 2 different videos. One was at a gas station. That's the video on the right. And then the other one was in the street where they were stomping out a guy. Turns out that guy they were stomping was 70-something years old. So these guys are in a whole lot of shit. Like, listen, gas stations are not the place to do this type of shit. And everybody out there has a cell phone, and they're quick to whip it out. Like, don't do this type of stuff. Violence gets you nowhere. And now look at all these guys are being charged with some crazy charges. They're going to go to prison for a long time for this situation. So let's take a look at this case. So 5 members of rival motorcycle clubs indicted for gang assault. The violent midday altercation involving alleged members of the Pagans, the Hells Angels, and the Demons of Hell resulted in serious injuries to multiple individuals. Suffolk County, New York. Suffolk County District Attorney Raymond Tierney today announced that Roger Clark, 53, of New Hampshire, Christopher Clark, 21, is probably his son, of New Hampshire, Joseph Bavina, 46, of Center-Reach, Michael Baffa, 57, of Farmingville, Robert Miller, 54, of West Babylon, were indicted for gang assault in the first degree and other related charges for their alleged participation in an armed violent melee in Lindenhurst in September of 2025. We all remember that situation. If you guys been watching my show, then you remember this situation. This was a brazen and dangerous outbreak of violence that put the community at risk, said the district attorney. What began as a confrontation between two rival motorcycle gangs quickly escalated into chaos and melee in the middle of Sunrise Highway, involving weapons and resulting in numerous serious injuries. Violence of this nature will not be tolerated. According to the investigation, on September 14, 2025, at approximately 3:28 p.m., alleged members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club and the Demons of Hell Motorcycle Club, the latter, which is a support club for the Hells Angels, was allegedly involved in a violent altercation involving knives, hammers, and other weapons outside a gas station in Lindenhurst off Sunrise Highway. The altercation began when members of the Demons of Hell and one member of the Hells Angels interrupted a memorial service for a member of the Pagans being held at a Lindenhurst bar. Shortly thereafter, at least 15 individuals met nearby at the Route 66 gas station, where the confrontation escalated and the melee ensued. That's what I heard. When the situation was being reported the first time, people said there was no real altercation at the bar. There were just like some words exchanged and things weren't really crazy there, but then it moved down the road. It is alleged that during the melee, Roger Clark and Christopher Clark, members of the Demons of Hell, stabbed and beat a pagan's rival with a hammer, causing the victim to suffer a stab wound, which resulted in emergency surgery to treat his injuries. Roger Clark is further alleged to have stabbed an additional member of the Pagans while the victim was attempting to flee the scene. This dude is screwed. So he was attempting to flee the scene. The victim sustained a stab wound with lacerations to his liver and colon and required emergency surgery to treat his injuries. Bovita, Baffa, and Miller are alleged members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club, and they are alleged to have acted together to beat a 76-year-old alleged Hells Angel member with weapons, including a baseball bat. The victim suffered a brain bleed, resulting in multiple emergency surgeries and continued medical treatment. On January 20th, 2026, Roger Clark was arraigned on the indictment before Supreme Court Justice. He was arraigned on the following charges: 1 count of gang assault in the first degree, Class B felony; 1 count of gang assault in the second degree, Class C felony; 2 counts of assault in the first degree, Class B felonies; 2 counts of assault in the second degree, Class D felony. Justice Collins ordered Clark held on a $75,000 cash, $750,000 bond, $750,000 partially secured bond during pendency of the case. So he's got to pay that, I guess. Clark is due back in court February 3rd, 2026. So not very long, about a week away, something like that. A week, a little more than a week. And he faces 25 years in prison if convicted on the top count. So that's the top count. So if he's convicted on all these charges, he's going away for a long time. He's being represented by an attorney. On January 20th, 2026, Christopher Clark, this is the son, I believe, was arraigned on the indictment before the judge. He is charged with the following: 1 count of gang assault, first degree, Class B; 1 count of gang assault in the second degree, Class C; 1 count of gang assault in the first degree, Class B; 1 count assault in the second degree, Class D. Justice Collins ordered Clark held on a $25,000 bond or $250,000 bond partially secured during the pendency of the case. Clark is due back on February 3rd, same date as his dad, I believe. I believe this is father and son, if I'm reading it right. He's facing 25 years in prison. Now, for the other guy, Bavina, he is alleged in the indictment. He's charged with the following: 1 count of gang assault in first degree, same charges as all these other people. 1 count of gang assault in second degree, 1 count of assault in the first degree, 2 counts of assault in the second degree. He's being held on $750,000 bond, partially secured. His court date is January 29th, so it's before that. He faces 25 years. Baffa was arraigned on the indictment. He's charged with the same exact charges as everybody else. He's ordered held on a $750,000 bond. So I believe they need $75,000 in cash. They could probably come up with a little less than that, maybe $50,000 in cash if they work with a bondsman, possibly. I don't really know how it works in New York, but it's usually 10%. But if you have like 50,000 in cash, they'll pony up the rest. Or if you put up a piece of property or something like that. So he's due back in court on the 27th of February. And the last person, Miller, was arraigned on the indictment before the judge. He's charged with the same charges. 1 count of gang assault, first degree, 1 count of gang assault, second degree, 1 count of assault, first degree, 2 counts of assault, second degree. The justice ordered Miller held on a $750,000 bond. He faces 25 years in prison. So this is not no small case. Like, this could be pretty bad for them. They could go to prison for a long time. And for what? Nobody wins a fucking trophy. You can't ride your damn motorcycle in prison. Nobody wins for beating up a 75-year-old with hammers and bats. Who wins? And now all of these guys got to go to prison. I don't get it. I don't get it. People need to just try to live in harmony and peace. Just let people do their thing. You know? I mean, I don't get it, but just know if you're going to do something like this, there's eyes all over the place. Now, this is a crazy case. They face 25 years in prison. That's a long time. That's your whole life. Like, especially for someone in their 50s. Like, that's pretty much your life is done. Hey, Jim, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. But who am I, right? I'm just someone who has a connection with a lot of these, with a lot of club members. I got a lot of respect for a lot of club members, including people in the Pagans. They're not what people think they are. Just because of a situation like this, it doesn't mean they're bad people. I mean, it doesn't mean they're in a gang. You know what I'm saying? It means that they got caught up with a situation. Now they got to go deal with it. But it's sad that people need to lose their freedom over what? Over what? I just think it's senseless. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Todd, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. So, Polish Ninja, how you doing? They say they were not motorcycle gangs, but those actions speak louder than words. No. Listen, they're doing what they think. Allegedly, I don't really know. I don't know the reason why they did it. Who knows, right? They could have justifiable reasons. I don't know. Would it be worth it? Who knows? You got to ask them that. Don McGuire's in the building. What's going on, Don? Shout out to you, man. Yaki Lopez's interview is going to be dropping soon. I'm almost done with it, man. I'm putting the final touches on it, and it came out pretty damn good. Matter of fact, I'm going to be dropping it really soon. You can't do this anymore. They can't. You can't. It's just crazy. For what? What's it for? Club names getting more Tierney by the day. No, the demons of hell have been around for a little bit. They've been around for a while. They have the same logo that was on the door at the Hell's Angel Clubhouse in New York City forever. You see the logo? That the demon on the demon? That's the same one that was drawn or painted on the door at the clubhouse in New York City. But this is crazy. Like, these guys got to lose their freedom now. But they said that there was a lot of people there, but they only charged 5 people. I mean, it doesn't say, oh, more people are going to be charged or anything. It just says that 15 individuals. So they only pick 5 out of there. It's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird. But who knows? So Loud, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. 1% Cossack, what's going on? SYLS Randy, what's good? So, another thing, if you think that your messages, like you write messages to people and this and that, or you threaten somebody over the internet, don't think those are going unseen, because we got a case right here we got to talk about where it was seen. And people got busted over a text message. Now, this is a wild story. Check this out. So, an alleged Hell's Angel associate was arrested because of text messages were found. And they uncovered a plot to assault a 65-year-old man. So, texts expose alleged Hell's Angel plot to bash a 65-year-old man. In the quiet corridors of digital communication, where bravado is often confused for loyalty, police say a trail of text messages lay bare the alleged plan that never made it past the screen. What investigators describe as a chilling in its bluntness, the plot to violently assault 65-year-old man near the nation's capital, alleged coordinated by a young associate tied to the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. Now, this happened in Australia. Authorities allege the scheme began not with fists, but with words. Short bursts of messages that mapped out intent, timing, and resolve. According to charging documents, those messages exchanged by a 22-year-old man is now facing serious criminal charges after police intercepted the communications and intervened before violence could erupt. So think twice before you send some fucking violent rhetoric over the internet or in an email or over Facebook, because they have this shit like, and if you are a part of a 1% club, most likely the police are probably watching you. So all that shit about, oh, President Trump is our friend. No, he's not. No, he's not. Because the Department of Justice will prosecute you. So don't believe that shit. He is not your friend. Definitely not. So the victim is identified only by age to protect his privacy. The alleged target, amid the dispute that investigators say spiraled into something darker. Detectives contend that the messages revealed a fixation on sending a message, a phrase that appears repeatedly in organized crime investigations. The prosecutors argue signal an intent to intimidate far beyond a single act. This case underscores how modern investigations are increasingly driven by digital footprints. Law enforcement sources familiar with the matter said people plan crimes on their phones. Those phones become evidence. According to police, the accused is not a patched member of the Hells Angels, but an associate, someone prosecutors say operated on the club's patriarchy, eager to prove useful in an alliance. It's a familiar dynamic, experts notes, where young figures are drawn into the orbit of the outlaw motorcycle club's status or identity that promise to belonging, only to find themselves exposed to serious criminal liability. The alleged plot unraveled when investigators monitoring a relative uh, activity flagged the messages. So the people don't even have to tell on you. They flag messages. It's crazy. Like certain keywords will promote things. You know what I'm saying? And these are public forms that people are putting messages on. So they don't even understand that this is all public information. Once you press send on a message, it's there forever. You can erase it. It's still there. And I mean, it's just crazy what they can do nowadays. So they flagged the messages. What followed was swift: warrants, arrests, charges, a portrait of escalation, language growing more aggressive, plans more concrete. Prosecutors say the intervention likely prevented a significant injury or worse for the intended victim. The revelations have been jarring. A 65-year-old man. I know 65-year-old wise asses, though. You know what I'm saying? By all public accounts, not a man accustomed to being hunted. Now lives with the knowledge that violence was allegedly being planned in his name against his body by someone less than half his age. The case arrives amid newly scrutiny of the outlaw motorcycle gangs and their associates, particularly around the capital region, where law enforcement has emphasized intelligence-led policing to disrupt plots before they turn into headlines written in blood. While the Hells Angels organization has not commented on the allegations, it has long maintained that it does not condone criminal acts by individuals. And a lot of these clubs don't. They don't come forward and say, "Oh, hey, we fully back what these people did over here." They don't ever do that. So they don't agree with the stuff that happens. I highly doubt it. I mean, I can't speak for them, but I mean, you would think that they wouldn't agree with it, right? But we all know that the media and all these other people try to portray these clubs as criminal organizations. These guys got into a fist fight, right? And maybe weapons got pulled by certain individuals. That doesn't mean that they're a criminal organization or a gang. It means they got into an altercation and they turn it into something more. Probably because they had their patches on, because they have their colors on at the time. That's probably why, because if they were just riding motorcycles without any cuts on, would it still be raised to the level that it is now? Those videos, I mean, it being on video is a pretty bad thing too, though. Sounds like a setup. Them 5 dudes for something. Anything they could pin on them guys. I mean, there was 15 guys involved. Why did only 5 get charged? I mean, that makes you think about it, right? It's almost if you commit a crime these days, you might as well have your ID. Just saying. I mean, listen, you commit a crime nowadays, you might as well just sit there and wait for the police because they're coming. Like this is a day and age where you cannot get away with shit. You can't. I remember when this situation happened, no one got arrested right away. They never do that, right? They build a case and make it concrete. Boom. And then they put the hammer down. There's a lot of cases out there that are still under investigation that they haven't arrested anybody, like the murder of the outlaw down there in, I think it was North or South Carolina. Dude got killed right at the clubhouse and another guy got shot. Nobody was arrested for that. But I guarantee you they know who did it. I mean, the cops were watching them at the time. They were under investigation. Like, they were watching them. They were probably filming the situation when the people pulled up, shot at the clubhouse, killed one of the members, and then drove away. The police were right across the street. So, I mean, they could be the people that called them. They could be involved. Who knows nowadays? Hey, Gory Rory, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Yeah, I know the Mads are fucking pain in the ass. Um, so loud we haven't heard anything else on the news about that or anything else, but they're still investigating, figure it out for sure. 100%. Yeah, the outlaw that got killed down there, definitely. You'll see, oh, man arrested, and they'll have their pictures all over the place. Paula, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. So, if you didn't know, the people that stormed this church, and listen, I don't want anyone to go to prison. I don't like cops, but I feel like ICE is needed to take these people out of the country, right? You can't have these people just come into the country. You can't walk into any country and just do what you want. So, for these people to go and storm a church, I'm a part of a church. And if they ever did this shit at my church, they would have a serious fucking problem. So these people stormed the church, started yelling at people in the church. Kids were in there crying, and they have all been arrested. So they were talking all that tough shit. That middle guy was talking all this tough shit. Come and get me, blah, blah, blah. Well, they came and got him. It looks like they came and got him, and he is under arrest. These people are despicable human beings. Oh, look, I found another picture of that lady. These people are despicable human beings. And guess who's next? Don Lemon. Yup, that's right. They're going to be going after Don Lemon. That looks just like her, doesn't it? Yeah, Don Lemon's going to be arrested eventually for going in that judge. Judge stopped them arresting Lemon. Nah, I guarantee you they're going to arrest him. He's going to get arrested. Craig, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. ICE ain't cops. What the fuck? Right? Get them. ICE are cops. People don't get it, bro. ICE are federal agents. They're cops. I don't understand what people don't understand. ICE are cops. Hey, Lindsay, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. Good morning. I had to get this show done early because I got a bunch of things to do. I got a lot of editing to do so I can get some content out for you guys. So, if you guys haven't heard, we talked about this the other day, but a pretty legendary figure of the Hells Angels has passed away. I don't believe they're saying why he passed away, but he was a pretty notable person. I see a lot of outpouring of support for this dude. Phil Bodrote. I'm probably butchering his name. Sudbury sensation and Hell's Angel leader died. So he fought at the Olympics. This guy was an Olympic boxer. So the Sudbury boxer who became unlikely hero in the 1996 Summer Olympics Games in Atlanta and a longtime high-ranking Hells Angel member has died. Dubbed the Sudbury sensation. He represented Canada in light of the welterweight division in the 1996 Summer Olympics and became both a hero locally and nationally for a time. He impressed in boxing. He performance in 1996 Summer Olympics, finishing fourth in his weight class and coming within a whisker of winning bronze medal. Damn, that sucks. He went there and tried to win some medals, and he didn't get that far. Damn. So here, I got a video to show you guys of some members. I think I don't know if they're doing a tribute to him, But you would think that there would be snow there right now, right? I don't know. When I think of Canada, I think of snow, right? Doesn't a lot of people think of that? It looks nice there, doesn't it? Ginger Mike, what's up? Of course. Of course they had a large police presence. Come on. Of course they had a large police presence. Yeah, Red Devils there. Who's that, Donnie? I was gonna do a show about Donnie today, but we got this breaking news, and we'll save Donnie for another time. So it's a pretty sad situation. Even Harley Winden was showing his respect to this member of the Hells Angels. He said he still has a lot has or had a lot of respect for a lot of people. Some of them are still in the club. So he doesn't hate the Hells Angels as a whole. It's just, he had his whatever situation happened and things didn't work out over there. But 19 below here near Fargo. Damn, we're about to get 18 to 20 inches of snow. And it's supposed to span all over the country. And I seen a video of this woman saying, "Oh, there's supposed to be this big snowstorm," and she shows her camera up in the air, in the sky, and there's planes dumping chemtrails all over the place. I don't know what's really going on, but who knows? I mean, to me, it does look like a bad day. Could have fun. Got the police all around you. I know, right? How can you have fun when the police are all around you? I always thought Canada was like a snowy hell. Me too. That maybe that was an older video. It could have been. Maybe they were just showing it in reference. It could be. So if you guys aren't aware, there was a raid up in Canada. I spoke about this the other day. Quebec police launched coordinated raids to disrupt Hell's Angels operation amidst organized crime crackdown. This article came out on the 21st, which is 2 days ago. Police forces across Quebec executed coordinated series of raids Wednesday morning amid a disruption of operations associated with the Hells Angels. The targeted action reflects an ongoing effort to combat organized crime in the region. Law enforcement agencies sought to dismantle networks believed to be involved in various illegal activities connected to notorious motorcycle club. The question I have is there's got to be riding clubs up there in Quebec, right? And riding clubs here in the United States. My question is if anyone's a part of a riding club or not a 1% club, Do the police harass you as much as they harass these people? Like, do they? Or is it only them? Is it only 1% clubs or outlaw clubs that get harassed the way they do by police? Or is it riding clubs? Do riding clubs get harassed by police as well? That's what I want to know. I'm here by California. A lot of weather comes from every direction, it seems. Minus 27 with the wind. Holy shit. A lot of our weather comes from Canada. Yeah, a lot of people supposed to get ice. You're supposed to get ice storm. We're getting a big ass snowstorm, man. It's supposed to be huge. 18 inches is a lot of snow. That's like a lot, especially with the wind and the snow drifts. That's a lot. Take you forever to shovel a driveway out. So if you guys aren't aware, the former DEA agent who was arrested over there in I believe it was Rochester with the whole situation with the strip club and the mafia guy over there. Let me see if I get you a picture of him. So he was sentenced to 5 years in prison, the former ATF agent. Let me see. I'm trying to find a picture for you guys. Oh, shit. So if you guys are just tuning in, there have been 5 arrests in the Long Island brawl that happened in September. I believe it was September 13th or 14th. Between the demons of hell and the pagans. I believe it was 3 pagans charged and 2 demons of hell were charged. And they're it's pretty bad charges. Gang assault. And they carry 25 years for each person. And I think two of the people are father and son. They said that the pagans assaulted what was it, a 70-something-year-old member of the Hells Angels? And I believe, I could be mistaken, but I heard that they took his patch too. They took his patch. But I mean, if they took his patch, they would have been charged with robbery, probably, right? All that taking patches shit, that used to be like it used to be an innocent thing back in the day, capture the flag type thing. Oh, we got your patch. We got your patch. But not anymore. Now they charge you with um straight robbery, armed robbery, strong arm robbery if you take someone's patch. So you can't do that anymore. That's just out. Things have changed so much from back in the day when people used to be able to do this type of shit. So this is the former DEA agent sentenced to 5 years in prison for using badge to protect drug trafficking friends. Sound like a great guy. This is in Buffalo, New York. 2 decades of kicking indoors with the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. Joseph Bongiovanni often took the risks in being the lead breacher, meaning the first person in the room. On Wednesday, he felt a familiar uncertainty awaiting sentencing for using his DEA badge to protect childhood friends who become prolific drug traffickers in Buffalo, New York. I never knew what I was on the other side of the door. The fear. It's what I felt. Today, Bon Giovanni, 61, told a federal judge pondering the defense table that his face reddened with emotion. I always been innocent. I love my job. I love that job. Well, you're going to love the job of being a fucking inmate now, you piece of shit. U.S. District Court judge sentenced the disgraced lawman to 5 years in federal prison on a string of corruption counts. The punishment is significantly less than the 15 years prosecutors sought, even after a jury acquitted Bon Giovanni of the most serious charges he faced, including an allegation he pocketed $250,000 bribes from the mafia. The judge said its sentencing reflected the complexity of the mixed verdicts following 2 lengthy trials, almost Jekyll and Hyde nature of Bon Giovanni's career, in which the lawman racked up enough front page accolades to fill a trophy case. Bon Giovanni once hurled into the burning building to evacuate residents. So what? None of that shit matters anymore. Use your fucking badge. You're a disgraced piece of shit. DEA agent using his badge to fucking protect his drug dealing friends. Oh, that's a great person. So what? He ran into a burning building and saved some people. Oh, that means he doesn't need to go to jail. Get the fuck out of here. He locked up drug dealers, including the first ever prosecuted in the region for causing a fatal overdose. And now his friends have been charged with giving people drugs and making them overdose. There are 2 completely polar opposite versions of the facts and polar opposite versions of the defendant, assuring prosecutors 5 years behind bars would pose a considerable hardship to someone who has never been to prison. Listen, you put someone in prison for fucking 6 months, it's going to pose a significant hardship, especially for a fucking DEA agent. Probably get his head knocked off if he's not in protective custody. And his wife, oh yeah, his wife is going to leave him. So to everybody watching, she's probably single or up for grabs. If you guys are interested and you're single, you could probably you could definitely bag that, no problem, because he'll be sitting in prison for 5 years. She ain't gonna fucking wait 5 years. The defense attorney noted the judge acknowledged Bon Giovanni as a beacon of Buffalo community. The government's request, 15-year sentence, he added, was completely unmoored to the nature of the convictions. The defendant told the judge at sentencing that he is innocent and he looked forward to continuing his work to prove that. Yeah, right. The jury in 2024 convicted Bon Giovanni of 4 counts of obstruction of justice, counts of conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to distribute controlled substance, making a false statement to law enforcement. Prosecutors said Bon Giovanni's little dark secret caused immeasurable damage over 11 years. And they gave him less than the time that he caused unmeasurable damages over 11 years. That's crazy. The disgraced former DEA agent serving 12-year federal sentence after confessing to laundering money for Colombian cartel friends. Oh, that's a different person. Linked to Jose Arizzi, another former disgraced ATF agent who was sentenced to 12 years for confessing to laundering money for his cartel friends. Bon Giovanni upheld the oath, not to the DEA, they argued, but to organized crime figures in the tight-knit Italian-American community in North Buffalo upbringing. During the sentencing, Bon Giovanni family dissolve their tears into the front row in a packed courtroom in downtown Buffalo. Prosecutors said Bon Giovanni's corruption involved so much as calculated cover-up. They pointed to a turning point in 2008 when Bon Giovanni could have acted on intelligence about traffickers he knew was operating and would evolve into a large-scale operation within links to California, Vancouver, and New York City. He also accused of authorizing bogus DEA reports, stealing sensitive files, throwing off colleagues, outing confidential informants, covering a sex trafficking strip club, helping high school English teacher keep his marijuana growing hustle on the side. Prosecutors said he brazenly argued that colleagues spent less time investigating Italians and focused on blacks and Hispanic people. So now he's going to go to prison and deal with the repercussions. I hope you have a fun ride there, Mr. DEA agent. I mean, cops like this are total pieces of shit. It's just crazy. Like, I just now grandfathered myself all the motorcycle clubs before 1946 and did not have to prospect. Well, good for you, man. Good for you. That's crazy. Yo, you see these people online, right? They're like, yo, my dad was part of this club. That makes me an honorary member. No, it don't. No, it don't. The hell are you talking about? So if you guys are just getting here, hey, Dirty South, what's going on, man? Seems the Pagans are making major moves in 2026. I mean, this happened in 2025. It's just now starting to shit's starting to hit the fan now. 35, negative 35 here in Edmonton. Shout out to Edmonton. So if you guys are just getting here, 5 people have been charged. 2 members of the Demons of Hell and 3 Pagans Motorcycle Club members have been charged with the brawl that happened on Long Island. So 5 members of rival motorcycle clubs indicted for a gang assault. Suffolk County, New York. Suffolk County District Attorney said today, announced that Roger Clark, 53, Christopher Clark, 21, both in New Hampshire, Joseph Bavina, 46, Michael Baffa, 57, of Farmville, Robert Miller of West Babylon were indicted for gang assault in the first degree and other related charges for their participation in an armed violent melee in Lindenhurst in September of 2025. This was a brazen, dangerous outbreak of violence that put the community at risk. And listen, I don't think this was the time or the place. I mean, it says here that there was it was like a thing at a bar for someone who lost their life in the Pagans. So why would they start shit at a place like this? It just doesn't make sense to do that to me. I don't know. What the hell do I know, right? What began as a confrontation between 2 motorcycle clubs quickly escalated into chaos and melee in the middle of Sunrise Highway, involving weapons, resulting in numerous serious injuries. Violence is a nature that will not be tolerated. According to an investigation on September 14th, 2025, around 328 alleged members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club and Demons of Hell Motorcycle Club, the latter of which is a support club for the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, were allegedly involved in a violent altercation involving knives, hammers, and other weapons outside of a gas station in Lindenhurst off Sunrise Highway. The altercation began when members of the Demons of Hell and 1 member of the Hells Angels interrupted a memorial service. Now that is fucked up. I mean, they interrupted a memorial service. What do they expect? Like, the altercation allegedly began when members of the Demons of Hell and 1 member of the Hells Angels interrupted a memorial service for a pagan being held at a Lindenhurst bar. Shortly afterwards, at least 15 individuals met nearby at a Route 66 gas station where the confrontation escalated and the melee ensued. It is alleged during the melee, Roger Clark and Christopher Clark, members of the Demons of Hell, stabbed and beat a pagan's rival with a hammer, causing the victim to suffer a stab wound, which resulted in emergency surgery to treat his injuries. Roger Clark is further alleged to have stabbed an additional member of the Pagans while the victim was attempting to flee this scene. The victim sustained a stab wound with lacerations to his liver and colon, required emergency surgery to treat his injuries. Bavina, Baffa, and Miller are alleged members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club, and they are alleged to have acted together to beat a 76-year-old man, alleged member of the Hells Angels, with weapons, including baseball bats. The victim suffered brain bleed, resulting in multiple emergency surgeries and continued medical treatment. On January 20th, 2026, Roger Clark was arraigned on the indictment before the Supreme Court. Now, they were all charged with the same thing. They were all charged with 1 count of gang assault in the first degree, 1 count of gang assault in the second degree, 2 counts of assault in the first degree, 2 counts of assault in the second degree. Now, they were all charged with the same thing except the regular assault, right? Some of them got charged with 1 count of assault. Some of them got charged with 2 counts of assault. That's the only thing that's different. Besides that, everyone got the same charges. They all face 25 years in prison, and their bonds are $750,000, except one person's is $25,000, which equals up to $250,000. But everybody else's $750,000, and they face 25 years in prison. I hope it was worth it. But anyway, I hope you guys like this show. There's a lot more. Stay tuned. Make sure you go check out Mike Ball. He's got the dopest show, besides this one, of course. But go check him out. He's on at 11. Make sure you tell him Stack sent you. I really appreciate all you guys taking the time and watching this. I really appreciate all your support. You guys are the best in the business. I really enjoy my subscribers. Slow Ride, what's up? So Loud, how you doing? You guys are really, you've been nothing but supportive to me, and I really appreciate you. If you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chat with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chatting with Stacks. Or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Stickers, Super Chats, Zelle. If you want to get a hoodie or a t-shirt or a hat, start your own fucking podcast, or tell a friend to tell a friend, hoodies and t-shirts, just email me at billstacks2021@gmail.com or hit me up on Facebook and I will get them to you. We got Rusty Dusty's interview coming up, and we got Yaki Lopez, a legendary boxer. Yaki Lopez tells me a story, and we got Milk from damn, I'm having a fucking brain freeze. From the Chosen Few. We got Milk from the Chosen Few tells me a story. It's really good. So stay tuned. I really appreciate you guys. Stay warm. It's going to be cold as hell. Ken, what's going on, man? Stay warm. Hope you guys all have a great Friday. And I really appreciate your time. Thank you. And remember, don't be a Twin Outlaw Brotherhood or a bitch. Peace.